Hey everybody, did you miss me yesterday? This is Heather Kay. I'm on your 100-day weight loss journey. Today is day 80 and 81. I skipped a day. Wasn't intentional. So this is your path to success. And I was on the last day of the 8 habits for successful people. Today is so simple. Removing junk. Removing junk food, managing your living space. So anyways, I want to talk to you about that because I do apologize for missing. I've been on the road traveling and I was volunteering, not volunteer, but I was at first day I was, what do you call these people? I was attending a conference, but I wasn't paid, more like an observer, and I was networking. The second day I was at a water conference and happy World Water Day. Your body is, I don't know, I was 98% water. This is our day. Drink water. Be healthy. Anyway, that's not the message I want today. One of the things is like managing your space. And your space is your home, your work, your car, maybe a workshop crash, whatever space you have that you go to that you might hide snacks. Do you keep snacks in your car? I used to always keep some stuff in my glove box. And for instance, I one time put my snacks over my mother's house. And you know what? I saw myself with my snowmobile boots on and my nightgown in my winter bomber coat going over there at midnight to go get my snacks. The secret is just don't buy them. Don't have them in the house. So how you need to know if you need to work on your environment, I'm going to read you things that are applicable to me. Maybe, okay? It says, don't like to throw away leftovers. You know what I do? When I go to my fridge, it's so disgusting. I have to throw away rotten food. I even increased it for my sons, all right? I'm up here with them again, to label it. And I'm still throwing away food. You know what their answer was to me this week? Don't buy so much food. Don't make so much food. I didn't know I was doing that. Making too much food. Wonder why I have a problem. Try and pass it on to my kids, apparently. Okay, number 2. I tend to overeat when I'm with certain people. I do that every weekend. I find that on Fridays, my reward day, I find if I'm with certain people, I just am bad. Like it's awful. And I need to work on that. So I overeat when there's too much tempting food around. When I was talking about my journey, I was saying how one day they had healthy food and one day they did not, or the past 2 days they did not. And I did talk to the event organizers to include this in their next conference, to offer some alternatives, not just like carbs and sugary sweets, offer some fruit. And, do they really need to have food upon arrival? We just ate breakfast, really, come on. So for me, this was tempting. And I failed miserably. I crashed and burned. I won't lie. It's like I can't be around tempting food. The best advice is not to look at it. You know what? I had an apple in my purse. I could have ate that. Right? So there was no excuses. This is why being on this journey will be the biggest mind game you ever play. That's why you need to manage your environment. Because you should know yourself and what your triggers are. Right? Apparently I don't. Okay, if I keep certain foods around, I can't help but eating them. That's why I struggle very hard to buy, if I have other people in my house, to buy treats they like that I don't. Been doing it for years. Some years are better than others. So, and if you like it, there's another way to do, I would say put it on a label. In my head, I suppose, not my food. I sometimes put a label, put people's name on it. Like you're in a dorm or something, put people's name on it, whoever your name is. So for me, I have to brainwash myself. That's not my food, right? That food belongs to someone else. And you have to play games with yourself like that. So this one I used to be guilty of. The next one I'm going to talk about, which I'm no longer guilty of. I keep extra food in my home for potential visitors or for my kids. You want to offer them something. Most people come to visit you, they don't come to visit your cupboard. So you can make tea. You don't have to have a dessert. You don't have to have cookies. You don't have to feed them. You know, sometimes a lot of guests are just happy with water. We have to change our mentality thinking that we have to have treats for them. The best thing to do is, you know, have them over for supper, then you're very clear that you will be feeding them. Be clear about your expectations. But like I said, I used to always keep stuff around. Open it up. Got company. I think I saw a comedian one time say, oh, we love company because then we got to have the cake that Mom always kept around for company. Anyway, it's pretty funny then. So the successful people tell us when their fridges, their pantries, and their cars, when they remove the junk food. It's simple as that. Just remove that. Oh, the other thing about your space, which I did practice and I fell short of it, but I do it in my home. You saw I got this 2-tier fruit basket, and I always keep oranges, apples, and bananas. And I love blueberries, and I do try to get the food when they're in season or when they're on sale. Blueberries are on sale. Boy, guess who's eating blueberries all week? The stick. Anyway, so the other thing is my workspace. I had my own coffee machine at my desk. It was a vintage one, which I just put water in, boil it in the kitchen and keep in my room, and then I have to go back and forth for my coffee. I had it right there for my coffee. If sometimes I'm not saying all my words here, and I get so excited about it, I can't help it. And the second thing was I had a bowl of my favorite apples, so I remember to have my fruit every day. And if you're going to have it at work, be prepared to have it eaten. And I loved it. Absolutely loved it. I would buy myself a pretty bowl, and I'd have my pretty apples in there beside my coffee station. And then when my bag of apples disappeared in a week and I didn't eat them, right there, I was promoting healthy eating in our office. And when people were eating the fruit, it just warmed my heart. I should have added bananas and oranges and had a cutting board. I had the cleanest office. They always used my office for meeting spaces. So what? I had to buy a bag of apples every week. I loved it. I love promoting healthy eating because it inspires me. And you know what? When I hear people who need food, sometimes people work too hard and they don't stop and take a break. You got to have that food around for when that hunger hits you. Stay ahead of your hunger. I can go on and on. Hopefully this was a good bonus that I took a day off from this. And you know what? Making videos is a hard job. Making more than one video per day is a hard job. And I took a day off. I couldn't believe it. I was just too tired to get out of bed. And like right now, I'm extremely, extremely tired. I need to get ready for bed. And I said, I need to get on there. I need to share what's happening in case anybody's looking for my videos. So there was one that was absent. And that's all I'm going to say about that. See you tomorrow. Press like, subscribe, and notifications.